Assalamualaikum and a very good day. My name is Muhammad Ismail Faris bin Waris, and today I would like to give a presentation on my industrial training experience at Telekom Malaysia Berhad, TM Not Jitra. First of all, what is an industrial training? An industrial training is a term used to describe a program that aims to provide high quality practical training with a set time frame that is important for professional development before graduation. Next, what are the industrial training objectives? First is to fulfill the requirements of Universiti Teknologi Mara UiTM. Second, to practice working with discipline in a real-world setting. Third, to improve one's technical, interpersonal and written communication abilities. And finally, to enhance accountability, attitude, and the development of healthy work habits. Now we move on to the company background. TM was initially founded in 1946 as the Malayan Telecommunications Department. TM began as a company for fixed line radio and television broadcasting services, and now TM has evolved to become the nation's leading provider of telecommunication and digital infrastructure. TM's mission is to make life and businesses easier for a better Malaysia, while its mission is to deliver life made easier to customers through converged lifestyle communication experiences to businesses by collaborating and supporting them with integrated solutions, and to the nation by supporting socio-economic development through education, innovation and social initiative. TM's headquarters is located at Menara TM Jalan Pantai Baru 50672, Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. Besides that, TM has several branch offices in each of Malaysia's states. One such location is TM Not Jitra, Jalan Changan 06000, Jitra, Kedah, Malaysia, where I am presently completing my industrial training. Next, we have the organizational chart for TM's network operation node for Wilayah Kedah, Malaysia. One of the executive members is my industrial training supervisor, which is Mr. Razdan bin Muhammad. He is the assistant manager for the customer field force, or CFF for short, at TM Not Jitra. Furthermore, we have the organizational chart for the CFF Jitra. Throughout the industrial training, there are several tasks that had been given by the company. Here are the tasks that had been assigned: to assist with main distribution frame MDF maintenance, to assist with fiber optic fusion splicing, to assist with router configuration, and lastly to assist with preliminary tasks. In telephony, a main distribution frame or MDF is a signal distribution frame or cable rack that connects and organizes telecommunication wiring between itself and any number of intermediate distribution frames and cabling from the telephone network it supports. The MDF links internal telecommunication equipment to cables and subscriber carrier hardware. Each cable used to service users' telephone lines arrive at the MDF, where it is distributed to a local exchange equipment. Regarding the duties assigned to me, I was tasked to assist with the MDF maintenance such as MDF jumping and MDF unjumping. When you apply for a new phone line or internet service, TM must connect the wiring from the telephone exchange to the MDF to your home. This method is known as jumping. Here are the steps to do the MDF jumping. First, use the correct puncher for the type of MDF block as well as jumper wire color codes. Second, use the proper jumper wire route, and every cable patching must be recorded in the network inventory system. And lastly, unused jumper wires must be disconnected as well as each jumper wire termination order. Next, if you want to terminate a phone line or internet service, TM must disconnect the wiring from the MDF to the telephone exchange to your home. This method is known as MDF unjumping. Here are the steps to do the MDF unjumping. Firstly, you must check the signal at the MDF to ensure that there is no connection from the MDF to the customer cabinet. The customer cabinet's function is to send a communication signal to the customer premise. And next, using a puncher, remove all unused cable connections. The second primary task that was assigned to me is to assist with the fiber optic fusion splicing. Connecting two optical fibers end-to-end is known as fusion splicing. The two fibers should be fused together such that light traveling through the fibers won't be scattered or reflected back by a splice. Fusion splicing calls for specific steps like cleaving, aligning, heating, and pushing the fibers end together. Here are the main steps of how to do the fiber optic fusion splicing. First, put one side of the fiber into the protective sleeve for the splice. Second, accurately remove the buffer coating from the fibers. Third, remove any remaining coating particles from the fibers. Fourth, fiber ends should be precisely 90-degree angle. Fifth, in the fusion splicing device, raise the fibers. 6. Start the fusion splicing procedure. And lastly, the protective sleeve around the splice must be heat shrunk. As you can see, here is the protective sleeve before shrinking, and here is the end result. The third task that was assigned to me was router configuration. But first, what is actually a router? A router is a device that connects two or more packet switch networks or subnetworks. It manages traffic between these networks by sending data packets to the intended IP addresses, and it also enables multiple devices to share an internet connection. There are many different kinds of routers, but the majority of them transfer data between local area networks and wide area networks. Next, we have the basic router configuration steps. First, we must switch on the new router. Second, navigate to the configuration page. Third, make a new admin password. Fourth, select the time zone. Fifth, choose the internet connection type. 6. Enter your PPOE username and password. 7. Set up the Wi-Fi connection. 8. Check the summary. 9. Apply the updated configuration, and lastly, complete and testing. Furthermore, we have preliminary tasks. A preliminary task is a subtask that an employer assigns to a student in order to develop their skills and expose them to new information that they can use in their future professional life. This part will explain a number of preliminary tasks that were given to me throughout the industrial training period. The tasks are site visit, setting up a unified booth, and team building activities. For the first preliminary task, we had a chance to travel around the state of Kedah and visit various sites. We were accompanied by either the TM staff or the contractors to the site. Rechecking the customer address is one of the reasons for the site visit, as is stopping by the TM exchange for maintenance or inspecting how the contractor installed the cabinet, the distribution point, and the poles. Sites like Pekan Ampoh, Pekan Changlun, Tunjang, and Kot Diang and Ulster are among those we visited. Making the transition to working in a professional setting for the first time can be difficult. However, it is the best way to acquire practical experience and learn how to cooperate at work. One of the most essential skills is the ability to communicate with others in a professional setting. Customer service will provide training with useful skills. Speaking with customers is not the same as speaking with professors or fellow students. By doing customer service tasks, a student should comprehend behavior better. This will be very helpful when students start conducting job interviews, as they will sound more assured compared to the other candidates that have no experience. Therefore, I was tasked to set up a unified booth at a morning market located in Jitra, Kedah. The reason why a booth is set up is due to promote the unified services to the ongoers of the morning market. In addition, I was also tasked to pass out flyers or brochures to them as well. Companies that want to foster a productive corporate culture where workers enjoy going to work, trust one another, and collaborate easily should use team building as a strategy. Therefore, TM has conducted some team building activities for the industrial training students. For instance, we were tasked to clean the workplace from the first to the fifth floors by removing all the unwanted things, and we also repainted the meeting room as well. In summary, this industrial training was conducted at Telekom Malaysia Berhad within a 24-week period. This training program begins on March 21st of 2022 and runs through September 2nd of 2022. Throughout this industrial training, tasks were assigned to help with MDF maintenance, fiber optic fusion splicing, router configuration, and preliminary tasks. To satisfy the UiTM requirements, these tasks were successfully completed. And that's all from me, thank you.